Hi, I'm Joshua Nelson from Los Angeles, California, and I wanted to let you know why I feel that the Zeitgeist Movement is important and why I advocate for it. Um, I think that ultimately the greed that infects everything in our world needs to be overcome by empathy for fellow human beings, and that's something that I think that a lot of people in our world either have lost or never thought about because they care too much about ownership of things and what they can gain regardless of how many other people are starving and dying across the world. Um, Empathy is really what it boils down for me, what it boils down to, and the reason that I think it's important. And I feel that our current socio-political and monetary paradigms, which most people unquestionably take as truth, are really only one way of approaching the world and approaching social structure. And really, the paradigm we're living in right now is very damaging to the earth as well as the people on the earth. I think that needs to change. I feel that people's need for more and more ownership, to own things, to have possessions, really is causing a lot of problems. And it's counterintuitive to nature and so much of what we've learned from science. And people ignore science in favor of myth, and that needs to change. Um, Going along with that idea of greed is the very real prospect of planned obsolescence, which has been with us, which basically creates our disposable culture. So nobody cares about anything, nobody cares about longevity, nobody cares about sustaining the earth and its resources and sustaining its population and the important people on the earth. Really, all that they care about is money and profit, and that really doesn't lead to any conscious care for fellow human beings. The earth is not an infinite resource. It does matter if you just decide that the problem should be ignored because you feel you need to own more and more things. Really, it comes down to the fact that greed is a sickness, much like many of the other sicknesses which are caused by the uh, the terrible social structure that we live in right now. Um, and for me personally, uh, just seeing the movies and being a part of the movement made me realize why I've been so uncomfortable with my position in the world and just with my thoughts about growing up and existing in the world as a happy, content human being. I knew that there was a reason I was unhappy for so long, and being a musician and going back through my lyrics over the last 20 years, I realized that I was disturbed in many ways, and really the majority of that had to do with the fact that I had to earn money. I had to sell myself, for something other than my creative outlet, which is ultimately what I think all humans should be doing. I think that everybody has creativity within them, and people just don't latch into that because they have the fear that they won't be able to provide for their family if they don't have some kind of technical career or maybe something that they aren't even interested in. So I think that if people weren't worried about constantly how to eat and how to pay their rent and how to pay their bills, they would have more empathy for their fellow human beings because it wouldn't be such a culture of scarcity. We need a resource-based economy. The financial monetary market system is not working. It's working for a few people at the top that own everything, but really for most Americans it's a joke, and it is a sickness, and it is truly evil. And much like the Bible says, yes, the love of money is the root of all evil. Money itself isn't, is just a tool which has been necessary for this past, century and centuries going back. But the evolution of humanity should take into account that it's not necessary anymore, and there are better ways that the world can be working. And I feel that the Zeitgeist Movement and the Venus Project are very good steps in the correct direction. And so I really hope to stay with this and see it through to its full fruition if it can be in my lifetime. But I'll do whatever I can to make that happen because I love people and I really want to see people in less pain and less people dying, and I'd love to give everyone a hug if I could. Thank you.